Hello, Tar Heel Nation. Welcome back to another episode of the UNC Hoops Talk podcast. Finally back behind the mic. It always feels way too long that first time we go from weekly podcast to monthly podcast. Hopefully you haven't forgotten about the podcast. Hopefully you'll follow along and stay with us through the off season until we get back to basketball season. We still got a lot to bring to you in the off season. We always have our annual recruiting podcast in July or August. We got predictions podcast as we get closer to the season, and not just bringing us and news noteworthy of the Tar Heel basketball program and really University of North Carolina. Anything that has anything to do with it, we'll bring it to you and keep you updated here. So glad you're listening, joining in. Hope you'll share it and get it out to as many Tar Heel fans as we can. Unite Tar Heel Nation is the kind of motto of the podcast. So gonna kind of just jump right into the news. Keep it kind of a shorter podcast. I don't know, maybe that's not as good for the off season. Maybe you could tell me what kind of length you'd want. If because it's monthly, you want a little bit longer, or just kind of get the news out there, get what's relevant, and then keep moving along. We'll see. But gonna try to keep this one a little bit shorter. Busy, a bit crazy. School ending for my kids, and we're still trying to finalize our adoption of our little one that I've talked about the past podcast before. And so just, a lot going on, busy as many of you are, I'm sure, as well. But like I said, going to jump right in. We're going to kind of start from the lower levels and work our way up, starting with high school, going up to the NBA, and everything related to Tar basketball. So the final rankings for the class of 2018 came out. Nasir Little jumped way up after his performances in the McDonald's All-American game, the Jordan Brand Classic. I believe it was before they had one other All His Life All-American game or something here lately, but I think it was before that one. He jumped way up to number 2, right behind Reddish that's going to Duke. But it kind of broke up. And I guess it depends what rankings you look at. I don't know if ESPN changes much, but 24/7, some of the more reputable recruiting ones have it right. So it breaks up kind of Duke getting the top 3 guys because Nasir Little jumps into number 2, and obviously we have him. So he jumps above Zion. Zion dropped down to about 6 or 7, I think. And then also Kobe White is in the mid-20s. I think it was about 26, maybe 24, something like that. So Leaky Black is mid-70s, I think 24, something like that. So yeah, good class. I don't know exactly where our class ranks. I believe our class is complete now. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's always somebody that could pop up and Roy could get, but I think all the offers, or at least offers that we kind of have a chance at, guys have committed. I could be wrong there, but I believe our class is pretty complete here. Not sure where it ranks, but it's a good one. It's Nasir Little becomes the most highly rated guy, or highly ranked guy, since we got Harrison Barnes, who was number 1 guy in his class, 2010, something like that. So yeah, that's obviously good. I'd like to get back into getting those 5 stars. Him and Kobe White are both considered 5 stars on most recruiting sites. And yeah, they should be coming in June, I think, for summer school. So it'll be exciting to getting reports. I know I've seen on I think there's Snapchat of Leaky and I think so Kobe too, but they've been in the gym, in Chapel Hill's gym, and working out with guys or pickup games at least. It'll be exciting once Roy Williams camp gets going, and some of those pickup games to get some reports and stuff. It's always exciting times. Kind of see how guys are doing, how guys have improved from last year and all that. And speaking of improving and guys back, Luke has declared for the NBA draft. He did not hire an agent, so he's able to come back. He has until May 30th to withdraw from the NBA draft and come back to school, which I think is likely. I think they just had kind of the Rams Club tour around North Carolina, and people were asking about that. Roy kind of says unless a team promises him in the first round, he'll come back, and that's kind of the plan. He is working out for teams. He's got some workouts, so if a workout goes really well and they say, hey, we really like you, we're going to definitely take you in the first round, then I guess he may go. But all signs kind of point back to him still coming back, and kind of similar thing to what Justin Jackson did. Really didn't work out as many teams. He did the combine and got a lot of feedback there from NBA teams, but doesn't hurt to do this. And yeah, you can gain a lot, and hopefully he gets feedback. He goes back to the gym, works hard, and comes back even a better player. Kind of hard to believe the season he had, but that's kind of what we hoped for there. He did not get invited to the combine, and kind of leads us into other guys. Joel and Theo, nobody from North Carolina got invited to the combine, and I think they both kind of tweeted out. Joel and Theo tweeted out, just adds fuel, more guys overlooking him. And as far as draft goes for those guys, I don't think either of them will be first round. I don't think anybody has them projected first round. I'm not even sure if they have them projected second round. But I've said in the past about some of our guys, sometimes it's almost better to go undrafted and then kind of pick the best situation for you, the best team for you, signing an undrafted free agent contract. So yeah, we can look for Joel and Theo to do that. Obviously, they could be drafted in the second round still. If they do some workouts and have some good workouts, that can still happen. Cam Johnson, I don't know that it was official. I think it was kind of projected or out there that he was coming back, but it is official now. He had hip surgery. He will be back in Chapel Hill for his 5th year senior season. And yeah, obviously that helps. It adds depth to it, because now people, and we talked about it last podcast as well, like who is going to start this year little. I mean, how do you sit him? But then how do you is he going to take a place of Cam or Kenny, those veteran guys? So definitely gives us some depth, and we should have some firepower, whether it's Cam or Nasir or a big guy coming off the bench for us. So exciting to have him back in the Carolina Blue for next year and solidify his career as a Tar Heel, hopefully. So let's go through my notes here. I know I talked a little bit last month, I guess. I can't last week more about who the starters would be. And feedback there. I'd still love to hear from you guys about that. Also would love to hear anything that you want discussed during the off season. Obviously, we can add some different segments and go off maybe like top 3 in-person Tar Heel memories, games that you've seen, or the best Tar Heel you've met in person, not at a game, maybe just randomly, or whatever. There's lots of things we could love to get feedback on you guys, what you would like to discuss here on the podcast during the off season. But really, I think that's about all I got here. I was going to mention NBA playoffs. I was just trying to think off the top of my head here before the podcast started. I thought about this, but we've always kind of followed and cheered for teams, whether the Spurs with the Green or when James Michael McAdoo and Harrison Barnes were on the Warriors. I don't think we have any Tar Heels left in the NBA playoffs, which is kind of sad. We had Ty Lawson signed on with the Wizards in the first round. They dropped out. Tyler Zeller and John Henson with the Bucks in the first round lost. We had Ed Davis, I think, was the Blazers. They're now out. So I don't think we have, unless there's somebody sitting on the bench, we don't have any on the Rockets. Nobody still on the Warriors. The Cavs, I don't think we have any Tar Heels. So let me know if I'm messing up, if I'm missing somebody, if we have a chance to get an NBA championship for a Tar Heel. But I believe we're all out. It's kind of sad. I've been paying a little bit more attention to these playoffs, because it doesn't seem like the Warriors and Cavs are obvious matchup for the finals. It doesn't seem like it's obvious that the Warriors are going to win the championship, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. I thought the first round was more interesting here than the second round. Now as we go to I think they're in the conference finals now, starting Sunday. So, we'll see how that goes. I kind of usually have the game on, and I'm kind of doing on the side. I can't just watch the whole game. It's not interesting enough, not enough passion there for me. But it's usually kind of in the background, and halfway through the fourth quarter, I'll really start paying attention if it's a close game. If it's not, it's probably turned off by then. So yeah, let me know if I missed any Tar Heels there. Again, let me know what you guys want to talk about during the off season here. Obviously, we'll start talking about starters and playing time and stuff like that. We'll get into recruiting, like I said, later in the summer, and kind of watch that. There's been a lot of action in these. We just had some live periods for the coaches, and they were at some of these sneaker camps and tournaments and stuff. So some action there, some scholarship there by Roy, and the assistants getting out there watching a lot of guys. But let me know what you guys want to discuss. Other than that, I think that's it for this podcast. Like I said, keep it a little bit shorter here. But as more news, obviously next month we'll know if Luke may have stayed in the draft or come back. We'll also, I don't know, the draft I think is usually mid-June, I want to say, after the playoffs are over. So I'm not sure exactly when that is. I don't know if I'll podcast before, and maybe we'll have a little better idea of where some of our guys will go, or if it will be if I'll podcast after, and we'll know if our guys got drafted or where they signed free agent deals with. So yeah, we'll take a little look of that in the next couple of months. Get into some more live recruiting period. Like I said, hopefully get some video and rumors and discussion about games and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's all I got for you this week, this month, I guess. I mean, it's still hard to get used to saying that. I love doing the weekly podcast. Just doesn't make sense during the off season here. So and until next month, I guess I will see you guys later. Look forward to your feedback, your comments, and like I said, keep supporting the podcast. Stay with us through the off season here. Get our Tar Heel basketball fixed, and keep spreading it with other Tar Heels that you know. But until next month, this is Dan signing off. Go Heels.